This is just a short little video on how to keep your air bob universal tire inflator working well. We've got 3 of these up at the shop where I work, and they had all kind of got to where the triggers felt sticky. They would leak air if you once you got finished, if you didn't quite set them up right. But tools you'll need to do this is a 14mm wrench, some oil, maybe some penetrating oil, and a good waterproof grease. Anyway, what you want to do is remove the little 14mm nut there that has the little bleed valve in it, and there's going to be a little spring inside of there, that usually just falls right out. And then you have your the plunger there that gets activated by the lever. Usually you have to shoot a little bit of oil or something in there, because there's a couple of O-rings that get stuck in there, which is really what kills the performance on these. This particular one, one of the O-rings was damaged there, so it was constantly, if it was not just in the right position, it was leaking air. And you can see how much use that valve has on it there. We use this thing, it probably gets used at least 30 times a day, and it's been in use for probably 3 or 4 years. So I basically just scrounged up a little O-ring that I had laying around. I think it actually came out of a older RockShox rebuild kit or something, but it was the right size, so I used that and it seemed to work fine. But just replace this little O-ring. You want to make sure, just inspect those real well, but otherwise just lube them up real well, because those get dried out, and that's really what causes the issues there. Yeah, you want to basically just reverse the process and put your valve back in, then your spring, put a little grease or oil or something on all the pieces there. And then the little bleed valve, it's got a couple little O-rings too, so you want to just make sure. I just shot a little fill with oil in there just so it moved nice and freely, and that's pretty much it. Just reinstall the components there. It's basically just 3 separate pieces there that you got to take out, but you'd be amazed how much difference it makes as far as the air shuts off just so quick when once you release the trigger there. So basically got this one put back together, and give it a little test run to make sure everything works, and yeah, sure enough, it basically made it feel just like new. So if it's just a quick little 2 or 3 minute job you might want to do if you have one of these, or if you have one that you use quite a bit. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching. If you feel free to subscribe, putting videos similar to this or other things out all the time. So that's it.